Oh, yeah, boys and girls, it is time to put the women and children to bed and let's go looking for dinner. What is up, Cricket? Here's where we are with another edition of the Unscripted Sportscast. What is up, my guy?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man? It sounds like
man,
you did a lot better than me this weekend, man.
Yeah, I did. I was just saying earlier, 11.5 units up on Saturday and almost 9.5 on Sunday. So overall over 20 for the weekend. I can't complain.
Man, that's a big weekend, bro.
Can't complain.
You go to Applebee's, get 2 Oreo shakes.
Listen, put it this way. I am up for the week. This week I am positive because last week I said I finished negative for the week. I am up 23.9 units. So for the week last week. So that's good. That's good. Let's see what happens tonight, man. I got some bets in tonight. I got some combinations ready to go. We're going to share our bets of the week later on, of course. You know what I mean?
Well, what you on this evening, man? That'll be kicking off here in about the next 15 minutes.
So I got, man, let's do this. Let me give you, I don't know. Listen, I am obsessed right now with this sports book called Flip. I don't know. It's technically not a sports book, but it is a sport. Flip. I'll send you a link. All right. Okay. They give you, listen, from all the sports book, right? And it's legal in every state. I find the most insane value, right? Then I do another, it's like I'll have lines early on, plus 105. Let's say the Hard Rock, which, I'm in Florida. The Hard Rock, I use a couple of offshore books as well, are like, minus 105 and stuff like that. 150s to go 120. So it's like I am betting a lot there, and I'm seeing that, and I'm doing just like very conservative. Sometimes straight, a lot, me, I'm a parlay kind of guy, but I'm doing a lot more straight bets on there, right? And then 2-leggers, you know what I mean? So I am like catching some games, some parlays for like plus 195, 220, you know what I mean?
Those stuff like licks,
that.
Man.
So right now, I mean, what I got on tonight, I'm going to give you, I got a crazy, got like a exorbitant one and a couple of conservative ones here. So let me pop it open. You caught me here by surprise. But this is what I got going on tonight on Flip. And then, I'm not going to open it. I got to open up the browser or the other one from my computer. But what I got going on tonight, my friend, and some of this so I have earlier today, I actually bet for plus 197. I took under player goals for Carter Bangdui. Oh, I can't spell his name, for the Florida Panthers. That hit. Okay. And then I got Breece Hall over for 13.5 receptions for plus 197. So half of that is already in.
Okay.
I'm playing up Breece Hall, right? Then I did the same thing. I did a 3-leg, right, with the same 2 picks, and Breece Hall over 13.5, and East Carolina plus 17. All right, against the Black Army Knights. All right, coming up. Now, it's funny because I'm going to bet this both ways when we get to the end of the show. And here we go. I did another 2-legger, plus 450. I got Alex Cobb on their 1.5 pitcher walks, right, against the Yankees, and I got Garrett Wilson with an anytime touchdown with plus 450. So that's what I got going on Flip. So I told you the value is out of control. Man. That Alex Cobb on their 1.5 is plus 100. Garrett Wilson touchdown is plus 175. It's higher than I think the Hard Rock, and also because I don't have FanDuel here yet or DraftKings, and I got a couple of offshore books that I work with.
Right.
It's higher. So I am this is my thing now, man. I like Flip. I'm gonna send you I'll send you the link so you could check it out.
Yeah, let me check that out, man. What's up, B. McCormick? How you doing, man? He's over there in the chat. He says here for it, boys. Let's get it, man.
Let's go. Let's fucking get it, baby. What's up? Yeah, man. Hey, my boy over here. He was with me all on Saturday, man. Made me feel, I'm not lonely anymore. And welcome, man. What's up, B. McCormick?
He's a trooper, bro. I'm telling you. He is. He's in here. He'll give you some winners too, man.
Oh, I know, man. That's why I actually took some of his picks. That's why I did so well over the weekend, most likely. You know what I mean? So
sounds like y'all had I'm glad somebody won this weekend, man. I did not.
No, I thought it was last, but no, I ended up, last night I had a couple of picks. So getting ready, I'm spreading my stuff out, man. I am just not focusing to one sport when I do these parlays.
Yeah.
I am trying to focus a lot on value and see if I can compare. And then also some, in association with Sports Knowledge. So it worked well the last 2 days. I haven't perfected it yet. There's other people out there that do this shit like out of control. So,
bro, I absolutely love doing polysport parlays.
Yeah,
I love it. It's like sports equinox season where all the sports are going on.
Yeah, dude. That's
we get just like a few weeks a year where this happens, where we get everything going on. I love like baseball, football, hockey. NBA will be starting here in just a couple of weeks, man.
And college basketball before the end of the month. So we will have pretty much everything.
I love it, dude.
It's crazy. It's crazy,
That's
man.
a little bit like heaven, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to my Yankees, bro. All right. Game 1 of the ALCS. All right, baby.
Bro, I've got a sweet little parlay. It's like $1 to win like 27,000.
Nice, bro. What you got?
Like the Yankees to win the World Series.
Okay.
The Ravens to win the Super Bowl.
Holy shit. Yeah, nice.
Oilers to win, which they're 0-3 right now. But that's how they started last year, too. They made the finals. So we'll see. I think Connor McDavid crew will get together. But then to win the Stanley Cup. And then I think, who was it? Texas to win the national championship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
so
no, listen,
bro, it's alive.
The Yankees, not to get too much of the baseball because we got a lot of football to cover, but the Yankees love the Yankees from the fact that our road is easier than it ever been. This has made it this far, right? So we just got to beat Cleveland. You know what I mean? So we're hoping as in, I've been in Florida now for 20 years, but I was raised in New York. Everybody's hoping for not a Yankees, like everybody in the United States, like globally, internationally wants Yankees and Dodgers, but every New Yorker wants Mets and Yankees
Obviously,
for a second time.
Subway Series is pretty cool, man. That's a pretty cool deal.
It was cool. I was living in New York when the first one happened, and it was awesome, dude.
I don't think anybody really wants to see the Yankees and the Dodgers. Everybody talks about a dream matchup and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't think anybody really wants to see that shit, man. I'll watch a lot more of it if it's Mets Yankees than I will if it's Yankees Dodgers.
It's cool, bro. It's cool. My family's split right down the middle when it comes to fandom in baseball.
Oh, bro, I bet.
We are
arguments over Thanksgiving dinner,
dude. The trash talking in the chats right now, it's out of control. You know what I mean? So it's insane with all the we have multiple chats right now happening. Close friends and families, bro. It's insane with the splitting. So.
I love that, bro. That's freaking awesome. I hope that happens for y'all, man. I hope.
I know it's
you guys.
Hey, the last time I came on top, man, and that was a long fucking time ago. You know,
that's been a minute, man. That's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. Hey, man, talking about a while, man. We got to get started with the London game, bro, and it did not go the usual way, which is the Jags usually winning. This time around with, again, I'm still not a believer 100%, but the kid is improving the last couple of weeks.
I think we're both up in the brakes here, man.
Exactly, bro. We are. He had a good game, bro. He had his best game as a rookie, as a pro. I'm sorry.
Kid's a football player, bro. There ain't no two ways about it. I'm sitting here. We've all thrown our shade. We've all thought he was a bust, and it's still a little early. It's early yet, but I'm just saying the tools are in that guy, man. That guy's a football player.
He made some throws to, especially the pass, one of the touchdown passes to Keenan Allen in the corner. Yeah. That's definitely a pro pass, and that play where he fucking turned around because he knew what he was, and he hit Cole Kmet in the middle. That was a fucking dart and put it right in Kmet's hands on top. Cole Kmet is so underrated, dude. Bro, that guy would be such a beast in some other team that didn't have enough weapons. It's insane.
I heard a pretty cool story about him the other day. They were talking about when Caleb Williams came in. The first person to kind of correct him in the offensive huddle was Cole Kmet. Caleb Williams was play call or something. And Caleb Williams was wrong. And Cole Kmet was like, hey, man, no, that's not right. We got to do this. We got to redo this, do it again. We got to be sharper and all that stuff. Obviously to check that guy, that's your first overall pick and all that stuff. But it actually has built a relationship really good, man.
Yep.
Because it obviously is showing on the field now because those guys are being super productive. We always knew Cole Kmet had it in him. He just couldn't get anybody to get him the ball. And now, like I said, Caleb Williams, like you said, has improved every single game. The guy's a pretty good football player, man.
Yeah, I see. I give him credit. The last 3 games, you've seen the improvement. You've seen him, be a little more poised in the pocket. And of course, it's coming with a little better protection as he's playing other teams that, are not as good. And that's what you see. Right. When competition is a little less, the defense is not as strong. If you're fucking up with inferior teams, and that tells you everything you need to know about the quarterback. He's actually gone the other way. So that's what you want to see from a quarterback, and especially a rookie and a number 1 pick as well,
And I watched more of that game yesterday than I have the rest of the Bears games combined.
Yeah, me too.
Because it was on so early and we got done with the show, and I was just sitting there. I watched pretty much the whole thing.
Me too.
And he looked it's kind of a la the USC days, man.
Yeah,
he get out of the pocket, making some athletic plays. He avoided some pressure in a lot of spots where a lot of quarterbacks would have been sacked, and that's what kind of impresses me. He got out of the pocket. He was still able to be accurate with the football, but he wasn't looking to run first like he did at USC. No. And, the guy's growing as an NFL quarterback each game, and that defense is pretty nasty. It's nice to have that luxury on your side as a rookie quarterback, knowing you got a pretty good defense on the other side. So, I'm just saying that guy's getting better. And the Bears, they're not a great football team. I don't think they're going to be world beaters or anything. Probably not even going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be right there sniffing it.
Yep, and their defense it's not a slouch defense. They're proven they could actually. I mean, they're not. They're really good defense. They're probably top 10 in the league. That's one thing. Number two, here's the other reason why he's also been so good in the last few games. I'm going to give you one reason why. The running game has been elite. Okay, with Swift. He's been the last 3 games. This dude has been, top 5, top 6 all-purpose yards, week after week after the guy sniffed like 105 total yards in the first 2 games, right? So here we go again. You know what I mean? Basic shit about football, man. The run game opens up the passing game. So
absolutely. And when you got to honor that, man, you got a guy making plays like DeAndre Swift did. He looked like he found the fountain of youth, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like DeAndre Swift from 3 years ago. Yeah. This guy's playing some pretty good football right now, man. And they're getting involved in the offense. We've got everybody. That's what they're doing. They're getting everybody involved in the offense where they're comfortable, man. You got a lot of guys, veteran guys around this team that are like being subject to role players now for probably the first time in their careers, really. And they're all doing it pretty well.
I think so too. I think we know that the number 1 wide receiver there should be DJ Moore. And your red zone target, if you're not running the football, should be Cole Kmet because that dude has great hands. I mean, he runs great routes. He's one of my favorite tight ends, man. I'm telling you, that dude in the Giants would probably have twice the amount of touchdowns right now. You know what I mean? Or a team that doesn't have a dominant tight end.
Yeah, they've got a pretty good collection of weapons now. Talk about DJ Moore. You got Keenan Allen if he's healthy. Roma Dunze's coming along there. Cole Kmet at tight end. DeAndre Swift playing very, very well the last few weeks. The Bears looking pretty good, man. I said they may not be a playoff team, but they're going to be right there sniffing. It's if they get a couple games to go their way, a couple of those one-score games, there's a lot of them left. And if they get a couple of those to go their way, man, they might find themselves on the inside.
There's not much to say about the Jags, man.
They're terrible.
Technically, Evan Ingram was the sole bright light. He had, Trevor Lawrence has his top weapon back at wide receiver because he's like a wide receiver, dude. The boy had 10 fucking receptions, all his 10 targets, 102 receiving yards, but it was just an avalanche of points right on, man. And there's nothing, not even playing at their home stadium in London, right? That's the future home of the Jags.
Yeah. What is going on with Travis Etienne?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, man. Tag like speed right now is he was such a, I think injury. I know he's banged up and he's had injuries up and down through his career. But this is like a shade of himself, man. Like a complete.
I mean, he's not even getting the opportunities. 3 carries, minus 1 yard. I mean, I don't know.
Bixby's getting all the early down work since the last 2 games.
And he's not being very productive either there.
No. There's nobody in that team that's being productive. So
Dearness Johnson was the most productive guy up there.
Yeah, Dearness Johnson, absolutely.
I mean, that guy's honestly played well when he's gotten spots with the Browns before.
Yeah.
I mean, he did well when he got some spots. Maybe that was just a product of that offense at the time. But, I don't know. The Jags got all kinds of issues, man. Yeah. I don't know where they go from here. Doug Peterson, I said it on the morning show this morning. I saw his interview before halftime. That looks like a defeated man, bro.
We said, when was Robert Saleh going to get fired? We got fired on Tuesday. We had the show on Monday. And we said, well, I think in a couple of more games. Yeah, you know what? It was before when we talk about it. I think Doug Peterson is the next guy to get the axe.
I only think saving him right now is because they're across the big pond for another week, That's man. True, they don't want to fire him.
No, of course, man. They don't want to pay for the ticket back.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, they'll get him back. I think that they owe him that. They'll get him back and cover that bill. But I think once they get back, man, especially if they have another bad week, who do they even play next week?
They play. I don't know because they're staying up there. Shoot, I don't know.
They got somebody else coming. It doesn't matter. But if they look bad again in that one,
I think
they'll fire that man as soon as he gets off the tarmac.
Yep, as soon as he's home, I'm like, do me a favor, man, just go get your own bags. You're not riding with the team bus.
Yeah, you can't ride back to the stadium.
No, not at all. Not at all.
B. McCormick says, I like Doug Peterson, but what a disaster. Yeah, man.
Yeah. He wasn't, Trevor Lawrence was great under him in his first year, right? Big change from Urban Meyer. But dude, in the NFL, it's not what you did for me yesterday, is what can you sustain success-wise for me today?
You ain't winning football games right now.
No, man. Hell no. You know who's winning football games? And it was such a great contest. The damn Ravens are hot, man. And bro, Jaden Daniel and Lamar Jackson, what a treat. It was like I was watching who can do what better Lamar would have a drive where he would rush for like 30 yards. Here comes Jaden doing the same thing. Lamar would throw a nice deep ball. Here comes Jaden doing the same thing. Dude, it's like mirror image of both of these quarterbacks. However, you know what's nuts? Jaden is so much far ahead than Lamar Jackson was as a rookie. Because if you saw some of the throws he made, that touchdown he threw to fucking Scary Terry, McLaurin, and the end zone, dude. You got to place that ball, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like the dude has the touch, man. I was so impressed, man. It was such a great game. And, shout out to the Ravens, man. Derrick Henry, guys, it's a complete animal. That's not enough that we could say week after week. Lamar is hot. He passed for what? 300 yards again. Only threw for one touchdown, but ran for 40. And, when you have Derrick Henry, which you got to keep doing this, 20-plus carries, 132 rushing yards. He is, their offense is clicking now, and they figure something out. You know what I mean? And it was a close game. Remember, Brian Roberts did not play for the Commanders, which is a big hit.
Oh, yeah, man. For sure. Like I said, this was another impressive performance by the Commanders, even in the loss.
It's like, Zay Flowers had himself a monster game.
Yeah, he looked good out there. It's good to see a big game out of him, man. I like seeing that guy do well. He had the tough end of the season last year in the AFC Championship there. It's good to see him performing well. But Derrick Henry, like you said, is a monster, bro. You got to keep feeding that man like they're doing because he can obviously still handle it. And he's out there banging around. He's, like we said before, just gets stronger as the game goes on, bro. And 24 carries, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns right there. I mean, they average over 5 yards a carry, 5.5 yards a carry.
Harbaugh has figured it out, dude. We got to give him the ball 20-plus times. And the last 3 games, this dude has had, like 5 touchdowns or 6 in the last 3 games. Something like that. It's insane.
You got that man averaging 5.5 yards a carry and Lamar throwing for 300 a game. It's a tough team to beat, bro.
Yep. Shout out to McCormick. Yep. They do play New England next week, which we're going to touch on next. Before we move to the next game, again, Jaden Daniels is the truth, dude. Yeah. 2 tutties. He ran for 22 yards. He's looking more and more comfortable. All right, out there, man. Every game that he plays, he just looks better and better, man. Dude, it's fun to watch, and he's fun to watch.
That's what you love to see right there too. Yeah. It's like normally you think that he's going to have a game where he's making plays with his legs for them to have a chance. That's not the case. This man throws the football as well as anybody. He does. Completing 70% of his passes at least every game. Had to set the record for a rookie for his first month of the season completion percentage and all that. So he only had 22 yards rushing right there. Yeah. He comes out, throws for 269 and 2 touchdowns, no picks, not turning the football over, being efficient with the football. Keeping his defense in a good spot. This dude's playing good football right now at a very high level, and it's pretty impressive at such a young age.
Exactly. And look, and if you think about it, it's not like he has monsters out there with him, right? A veteran in Zach Ertz, right? Terry McLaurin is their best wide receiver. But not having Brian Robertson, because they do mix it up really well with the running game, it was probably the difference of this game. So, again, they're 4-2. They've exceeded expectations, and I think they're still going to be beating some teams that they're probably people thought they would not play, and that's all because of the young men. Let's see what we got. He said, so the New England Patriots play the Jacksonville Jaguars next week. And let me tell you something, dude. I'm going to tell you this right now, man. If the I think the New England Patriots are going to beat, all right, the damn Jacks next week, all right, just by what we saw from another rookie quarterback who gets his first start of the season. What was your thoughts? What do you think? How do you grade Drake Maye's performance? First NFL game.
I think you got to be excited if you're a New England fan.
Oh my gosh!
Well, that's what you wanted to see. You want to see that guy get out there and be able to do what he did in this game. New England's still, obviously a couple years away. I feel like, but you got to be excited about what you got at the quarterback position. So I thought this guy was going to be pretty good for a while now. You want to see him cut down on the turnovers there, but that's expected from a young guy. And he doesn't have, speaking of not having any weapons around you, really, he doesn't have much to work with there. So if he can make do with this island of misfit toys, you got to feel pretty good about it,
dude. I will take those 2 picks, right? And I'll be like, this is, dude, it's okay. You got a bunch of cab drivers and dishwashers, right? And wide receivers out there catching football. And this guy puts up more. They put up more offense with him against a really great team who doesn't have a bad defense either, in the Texans, all right, than they've had combined in their first, 5 games of the season. I think how many touchdowns Brissett has? I think it's 3 or 4 maybe overall in the season. This guy threw 3 in one game.
They were doing well to sniff a touchdown a game. With him out
it was it was ugly. This was good, man. We know he could also do it with his feet. Had 38 rushing yards. Ramondre Stevenson was hurt, and that's another dimension to that. Mario Douglas had himself a game. You know what I mean? This is their leading receiver who hasn't been able to sniff the end zone or get over 5 catches in a game. But he threw it to 3 different guys, man. Hunter, Boutte, and then Douglas. I mean, shoot, again, he has a bunch of misfits, like you said. When you look at the other team they're playing, who has I remember what we always say, bro, a treasure trove of fantasy football offense, right, and wide receiver. Oh my gosh, the kid held his own, and he wasn't scared, man. I think he impressed me, man. You really did.
Yeah. I mean, even you see the basically 3 touchdown victory by the Texans. This game was a lot closer than that. And you got to feel good if this was pretty much a lost season if you're a Patriots fan.
Yes.
But you got to feel good what you see out of him in his first game right there, because he did show a lot of really, really good things in this game. And I think it'll only get better for you.
And of course, Mixon comes back for the Texans. It's not that much we could say. The Texans are just going to win because that's kind of what they do. You have a top-notch quarterback, a ton of weapons that you really don't need to have a dominant person in that offense, right? Mixon comes back. He looks like an animal. You know what I'm saying, dude? He catches a touchdown and also rushes in for 1 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Had 102 rushing yards. The man catches another 30 with 2 receptions. Tank Dell finally gets into the end zone. He's been like the odd man out of that trio. Now that Nico is hurt, Stephon Diggs, just doing what he does. I mean, it's not a fluke anymore, guys. The damn Texans are for real, and they're one of the top teams in the NFL.
I mean, that's the thing, too. You look at that. That's a lot of production for that offense. You got to remember, this is an offense missing their top weapon in Nico Collins, who is on IR, going to be out for the next 4 games. But you got one guy. You got 2 receivers with 6+ catches there. You got 1 running back that gives you 102 yards, averaging 7.8 yards a carry. And you got another running back giving you 76 yards on 8 carries, averaging 9.5 yards a carry. That's a lot of production from your offense. And then your quarterback threw 3 touchdowns. He did have a pick, but it's all right because the offense is churning right now for the Texans. Like you said, man, that's without the top weapon. So they're only going to get better once he gets back.
Yeah, this team is scary, man. I never seen a team improve like this within 2 years. Everybody's going after them. They know they're good, and they are responding. So
they are. They look good, man. They look good.
Yeah, they look really good.
I'm excited about that win over the Patriots.
No. But but still, though,
when that offense is firing, man, it's tough to beat.
Oh man, let's go back here. AJ Brown made his return, and it translated into a win. It wasn't anything nuts. It was 20-16. They should have slapped the shit out of Cleveland, but hey, a win is a win. And when you have AJ Brown catching footballs, man, and after not having him in the lineup for 2 weeks in a row, and then having Devontae Smith out as well. I mean, AJ Brown had 116 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts looked comfortable up there again. Again, the Eagles don't look that impressed to me, but I guess they need time to kind of gelled again after not having these guys play for 3 games in a row or something like that. So, Jalen 264 threw for 2 touchdowns. That's pretty much all they needed.
Yeah. They, what the grossest beat of the weekend was, man, was the people that had Eagles first half -4.5.
Oh yeah,
you got that field goal blocked right at the end. They ran back and tied it up 10-10, right there. That's pretty sick, right there, man. But the Eagles, I just don't think the Eagles are that good a football team. The Browns, right here. I mean, the Browns got a solid defense. They've got a lot of those guys banged up too.
Yeah,
their offense is absolutely terrible. Yep. And to squeak this win out here, you got Nick Sirianni yelling at the fans. The fans are booing. It's not really a good situation in Philadelphia right now.
Eagles got a lot of talent, right? And they should be performing at the level of the Houston Texans. Because if you think about it, you kind of they're comparable, right? From talent wise, Saquon, you got Devontae, you got, AJ, Dallas Goedert, who actually got hurt. I mean, when you look at them, they have kind of similar makeup, right? Great running game, great quarterback, great wide receivers, but they are not as impressive as this other team. But it's because of the chemistry. Right now, there's such a shit show, and it's so toxic in that locker room, dude, that it's not even funny. Sirianni might be his last year as well if this team doesn't make it far. And I think even if they make the playoffs, he may not come back. They may not have him back.
I think about anything short of making it to the Super Bowl might have this guy out the door because it does not seem like it's a good situation out there right now. A lot of people unhappy. Like I said, you got him yelling at the fans. That's not a very good look, man. You got your head coach yelling at your fans in the stands and all that stuff. And that's after a win, bro. Imagine what it's like after a loss.
Oh, man. You know who's still winning, dude? And, man, again, the Packers really got to figure out a quarterback. 34-13. I like this game a lot during the week when I was doing that on last Saturday. The Cardinals can look really, really good one week and then look like shit the next week. Jordan Love, 4 more touchdowns. I think he's leading the league. It's him and Baker right at the top of passing touchdowns right now, league leading wise. So it's crazy because the dude like set like 2 games or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another monster game, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Talk about having total control. Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson, they're doing what they're doing, man. A nice combination of running the football. Jaden. I mean, I think Jaden Reed also got kind of banged up here. That's the reason he still had a touchdown, but Romeo Dobbs came back from suspension. This is another team that has a lot of weapons also at wide receiver, man, which is like, and the quarterback knows it and knows how to use these weapons.
Yeah, Christian Watson came back here. 3 catches, 8 yards, a touchdown.
Yep.
Like I said, Jaden Reed went out pretty early in this thing, really, but he had 6 catches for 28 yards. He's like catching a lot of those slip screens and things like that. Not really seeing many looks down the field right now, but he also gets mixed in the running game. I don't know how long he's going to be out or how bad that ankle injury is. Hopefully not too bad. But Jordan Love's looking good, man. It looks like he responded well from the sprained MCL. It doesn't look like it's bothering him at all. He's out there blinging that pill now. So Packers look good, bro.
Absolutely, man. Let's go here to the comments here with McCormick. He said Detroit is winning football games, 2 jerseys this year. They were most winning team last year, and they are again this year. Hit him on week 4 too. He said he had a $100 wager that he took on Monday morning last week. Then 5 minutes after that, beating my Steelers by a point. I think he's talking about the Bears. Let me see here. The most censored pharmacists should make sure to make Pats' best bet again this week. It's all love. Will and I stayed away from the Pats +7 yesterday. Okay, yeah, that was a good call.
Yep.
Oh man,
and the Bucks.
He loves your Bucks.
Yeah, he does like the Bucks down there. Oh man, Mike Evans always has a tough game against New Orleans.
I know, man.
But Chris does not have a tough game.
No, man. Listen, that's the thing about those Bucks, man. And you know what? As you mentioned the Bucks, let's go straight to the Bucks, man. 51-27. I think it's honest to say that Baker is for real when he decides to be the player he could be in when he's put in the right scenario. And again, the Browns fucked up again by letting him go because he did show success. And bro, Baker, 51 fucking points, dude. I mean, come on, man.
I said this morning, man, I wonder if it's ever happened. I bet you there's never been an NFL game where your quarterback threw 3 picks, but your team scored 50+ points.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I bet that's never happened before, bro. That's pretty nuts.
That's just a crazy stat, dude. I mean, oh my gosh, man.
But, you're never going to see that. You're never going to see
4 touchdowns. Yeah.
This is a crazy game, bro. There were 34 points scored in the second quarter.
Dude, they rushed the shit out of the football. All right. Rashad White, that's out. But when you got, look at this. Sterling Shepard had 31 yards. Baker's been running he's been using his legs and killing it this year. This one is averaging like 20-something yards a game on the ground. But then look, Sean Tucker, Bucky Irvin is impressive. That rookie is very impressive, dude. We like him. And of course, man, I know Evans got hurt, but when you have a guy like Chris Godwin, and the offense is being ran well, man, by the offensive coordinator, right? And the coach. They're just clicking on all cylinders. And I know they didn't have Derek Carr, but even if they had Derek Carr, I think it was going to be a lost cause because Spencer Rattler held his own.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did. He played well for his first game. That's what I was saying. I was talking about it this morning too when they said he threw his first touchdown pass yesterday. But he threw it to Bub Means. It was his first touchdown catch. I was like, who gets to keep the football in that thing, man?
Absolutely, man. Who gets the football? Yeah, first touchdown against probably the guy that they drafted higher.
That's a good way to settle that, bro. I like that because that's the second time I've seen that this year. And I was like, who gets to keep that football, bro? Yeah, whoever got drafted higher. I like that. That's a good.
I think that's kind of like you figure it out. Okay, this guy was drafted higher. He gets to keep the football, right?
I like it, man. I like it. Yeah. Maybe whoever makes some money, man.
Chris fucking Olave is killing me, bro. I got him in two fantasy leagues, and he is just fucking killing me, man. I mean, I would have thought this year, and I know he went out early, but he didn't play the last few games. He's been inconsistent. I thought this kid was going to be, this is going to be the year. And
he's another one that I'm always scared to touch, man. It's not that I don't think he's got the talent, but I'm always worried about him being on the field. Like once again, kind of like Tua. That wasn't a real bad hit he took yesterday. But I was watching that, man. As soon as he took it, I was like, he's done. I was like, you could tell lights were on, nobody's home.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a hit that you were like, oh shit, man.
No,
he wasn't throwing gang signs up there. You know what I mean, dude? I mean, after he got popped.
Yeah, it was football, man. But I knew you could see the look on his face. You knew he was in trouble.
Yeah, man, unreal, man. And here's the thing, bro. From a fantasy standpoint, and even gambling, Spencer Rattler will throw the football at him way more than Carr will, right? Because every rookie quarterback looks for the best target, the most talented player, and that was what, like the 5 minutes in the first quarter, in the first drive or something like that, dude. You know what I mean? And then he fucking leaves. So he said he was going to look for him. Now this guy's going to be out for like 2 games because he ain't playing on Thursday.
No,
he ain't got a big protocol.
He got that concussion history too, man. So they'll have to be careful with this right here. He's already had a few since he's been in the league. So that's something they're going to have to watch, man. And he's just going to be more susceptible to him going forward. So even when he comes back, you got to be careful with him. But the Saints, I think the Saints might have seen their better days this season, man.
Yep. It's a good run, 3-0. Then after that,
it's going to get rough from there, I think.
Seems like a long time ago. And let me tell you something. Whether they had a call or not, it was. You see this decline after week 3, after week 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They've looked.
All right, what do we got next year?
Consistently worse.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see. I kind of went a little bit out of order from my notes here, but it doesn't matter, man. That's how we get down. We freestyle, baby. We freestyle like Biggie and Pac. Yeah, that's what it's called, unscripted, man. Talking about something, man. Listen, this guy doesn't need a script or whatever the hell you put him at, because he's done it for 2 teams, and Joe Flacco gets a dub, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Wins football games, bro.
This Colts team is 3-3, man. All right, 2 of those victories are his. Threw for another 2 touchdowns. It wasn't a pretty game, but and that's without Jonathan Taylor, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Exactly. Without their best player.
Yeah, without their best player. And who's happy? Michael Pittman, dude. Because he's looking his way. Rookie Josh Dials it well. It's like, man, and let me tell you something. He missed Alec Pierce on a long bomb, and he overthrew him. It would have had 3 touchdowns. It was something that he regret. He knew it too, man, because Pierce had him beat. So it's like that would have been that would have been
always sneaky open, bro.
Yeah, he is. That's what he was in college too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he always manages to find his way wide open.
Yeah, and I know you're in Tennessee, Cricket. So I know how's the bashing of Mayo boy, Will Levis.
Oh man, I don't listen to a lot of them Titans fans. A lot of them are fools, bro. Like I said, I've never been a Titans fan since they moved here. But I mean, I don't care what they have to say about it. I mean, it's just proofs in the pudding. He's not the guy, bro. Look,
he's not.
100 yards passing in an NFL football game. I think that's the second time this happened this year, I feel like.
Yep.
And it's like there's no excuse for that, bro.
I want to share something with you. They had I don't know if you've seen this yet, but Calvin Ridley was asked, what does he think about, him getting target at the end there, like 8 times. He, only had 1 reception. Do you see that on the screen? Because I got a full screen on mine.
Yeah, you're good.
You see Calvin Ridley on top? I'm going to play it.
Calvin, that interception that Will threw to you along the sideline, do you feel like you could have been able to maybe play some defense on that one? Just how do you kind of assess that play happening?
Yeah, I definitely got to play some defense. I was just looking up, trying to get past the guy, and
oh, sorry about that. Oh, shit.
Get past my guy, and I seen it was a little there. I was just looking up, trying to get past the guy, and I just really didn't know if there was a safety or not there. I was just trying to get past my guy, and I seen it was a little behind. So
they wanted to kind of make getting you targets and part of this offense a priority today, and to kind of not have it result in any catches. I guess what was kind of off that resulted in targets but no catches?
This is my favorite part.
I had targets in what part of the game I had targets?
Fourth quarter, a lot of them.
All right, yeah. So, shit, I need some in the beginning of the fucking game too. Man, like, shit's getting fucking crazy for me. So, I'm just, it is what it is. But I suck today. but I gotta get the ball a little early in the game so I can be in the game and here with the team, so I can play well also.
Yo, and I will play the rest of it. Yo, I mean, look, he is their best wide receiver. And I don't know, Cricket, you play football, from a high school level and stuff like that. A wide receiver needs to get the ball early to get going, right? All of a sudden, you give him all the targets in the fourth quarter when you haven't been throwing it his way.
You got to be able to get in a rhythm, man. Yeah,
you
understand the frustration. Everybody in the Titans locker room is frustrated right now. Everybody shares this sentiment, like B. McCormick says. They suck at football. Another awful team. Yep. They are, man.
That's
true.
Don't
seem to be improving at all. They seem to be getting worse from week to week. They're in some football games, but it's also against some pretty bad football teams.
Yeah.
If they were competent on offense at all, they'd be winning some of these games going away, man. And they got beat by a team earlier in the year that didn't even score an offensive touchdown. So
they have the weakest schedule. They have the weakest schedule out there in the NFL,
and they're getting drubbed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you're getting beat by some of these teams with like makeshift players, like they're missing all their top guys and stuff, and you're getting beat up by JV teams, man.
Yes.
And so, I mean, I can understand the frustration from Calvin Ridley and probably anybody else in that locker room.
Absolutely. Let me see what else. Let's finish the clip.
Did you expect to get targets early? Just kind of
I don't know. We just, we're trying to win the games. But
Callahan brought up it is frustrating because you guys get in a groove and then you stall. You get in a groove and you stall. I mean, how important is it for you guys to kind of find that consistency?
Just got to keep moving the ball. All 11 players move the ball to try to score.
How frustrating was this kind of performance for you, especially maybe not getting incorporated like you said you wanted to at the beginning?
Yeah, it's frustrating. Last couple weeks been frustrating. Gotta get better.
Did the game plan?
He's so over it.
Yeah, it's like, dude, stop asking me these questions.
Pretty good game plan. We just gotta execute it better.
Are you a vocal guy when you have maybe frustrations or like the fact that you want the ball earlier? Do you say something in the game or do you kind of leave that for the week of practice?
Yeah, I guess for the week of practice.
Yeah, so he's got to go off on Mayo boy.
Or was it just
the rest of this guy? It's BS. But yeah, man. Shit, man. Let me ask you a question. Do you think he had his handler bet the under on his on his receptions? Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna bet over on his targets.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, the dude got all 8 targets in the fourth quarter, bro. You know what I mean? That's crazy, man. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I need to make a note of that. I got to bet over on Calvin Ridley's targets.
Yes, they look so bad, bro. Oh, here we go. What do we got going on? Let's see. I think Keon Coleman is due for a TD for Buffalo. Yeah, me too. I don't think I have any of my picks tonight. I do have the under on the receptions. Hopefully, you'll stick to that. I don't like the under on the 40. It was teased up because I saw them both scoring tonight. 10 total points, 6 minutes. Wow, 11 total points already. Look at that shit. On fire, man. It's on fire. Let's see what else is on fire here. Well, shout out to Joe Flacco, bro. All he does is throw touchdowns, right? And win games. Going back to last year.
Love Joe Flacco.
Yeah, Joe Flacco's a fucking animal. You know what I'm saying?
Another ageless wonder.
Yes, absolutely. He's 39 years old. He's going to turn 40 this season.
That's nuts, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Playing NFL football, man's older than me.
Yo, bro, that dude is on fire, man. Let me see here. Let's go to the Atlanta Falcons. Definitely, they look like they figured something out. I know they were playing the Carolina Panthers, and hey, the Carolina Panthers absolutely with what's his name on there with the red rifle. They at least they put up points. But expected that you would beat them. It was a little rough at the beginning because it was kind of low, and then after that, they figure it out. I mean, Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson had a total combine of freaking 33 carries, dude. 200 yards, 3 touchdowns between both of them. Talk about a beast of a game.
Yeah, that's a big time game from those two guys right there. Tyler Algier, he's getting a lot of touch too. Looks like about 50-50 split from those guys there and being very productive, both of them. I mean, almost 6 yards of carry from Algier, over 6 yards of carry from Bijan.
Mm-hmm.
Drake London had another good game, 6 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Kirk Cousins not efficient with the football, not turning it over. Nothing crazy to write home about, but still threw for 225 and no picks. So good game from the offense. The Panthers were in this one early on, but Atlanta shows the ability to win football games down the stretch. That's big too.
Drake London has arrived. All right, absolutely. He has a quarterback now. We saw shades of that in his rookie season, even without a quarterback. Right? They had Mariota in his rookie season, I think, and then Heineke came in.
Ritter,
and then Ritter was last year, he disappeared. Poor guy. But this year, you see that there's a good connection, and it's getting better week after week with Kirk Cousins and London. He's looking for London. London, I mean, how many? I think he's might be leading the league in freaking targets. He had 10 more targets. I think
10 more targets. Yeah,
dude, he's insane. And you know what? 6 for 74 and a touchdown. I know he's caught a touchdown now in the last three games. He has 4, I think, in the last 3 games because he got 2 in the previous one. London is we knew that this guy had the tools. He just needed the QB, man.
That's right, man. Like B. McCormick said, London's a football player, man.
Yep,
that's right.
Yeah, he is.
I'm telling you, I like that guy a lot. It's good to see. Good to see a lot of these guys that haven't had a quarterback for the last couple of years finally get somebody, because Kirk Cousins is playing well, man. Everybody had all the questions come back to Achilles and stuff like that, but he's doing what it takes for this football team to win. As long as he keeps playing like that, they got the talent to do it.
Yep, this was definitely one of the games that McCormick picked. He had a list. I don't remember, but yeah, this is one of the ones he actually picked for the week. It was one of his best games. It was one of his favorite ones, and he hit it right on the nail. Yeah,
yeah.
Steelers, bro. Steelers dominating Vegas. I mean, Vegas is a fucking shit show. You know, there's really not much to say about Vegas, bro. That is another messed up scenario, right? Devontae Adams wants to get traded, and I think Devontae is not going to get traded. They have no quarterback. They have nothing. Everybody's hurt. You got Zamir White hurt, and it's not like it's going to matter. 32-13, another solid game by Justin Fields. Again, he doesn't start fast, right? He doesn't start fast. He picked it up in the second half, just like the loss against the Colts. You know what I mean? He picked it up in the second half, and I think that's the reason why Tomlin still hasn't given him the props or hasn't blessed him yet to say that, well, Russell Wilson is still hurt. You know, we don't. Yeah. He's my starter next week. He hasn't said, yo, he's my guy. I don't care if Russell comes back. You know, and I don't even know if Russell is gonna do better than Justin Fields, right? It's just there's a lot of play calling issues with this team. You know what I mean? And McCormick, you know, he's a Steelers fan. He could probably attest to that. So yeah, man. And look, that's one thing. Najee finally had a monster game, right? Had a touchdown, rushed for over 106 yards, and it's good because you also got Jalen Warren, who's a big part of what Najee does, right? Pickens still he got targeted 8 times, but that's where not having a quarterback that can get the ball down the field for a talent like Pickens is where you see the disconnect, right? So
right, that's what Steelers, you got to be careful if you're Mike Tomlin, because if you wind up putting Russell Wilson in there and you kind of regress, I mean, you can't regress much on offense, but you start losing football games.
Yep.
You know, they're going to start pointing the finger at you there. Justin Fields is winning football games for you, so I think you got to leave him in there and just let him go.
Me too.
Time. But the Raiders are an absolute shit show, man.
And here's the thing: when you look at it, you know, he's not making mistakes, right? Not a lot of them, but he's also not playing the type of football from a quarterback that says, "Shit, we're gonna make a run in the playoffs." So that's why it's still up in the air.
Yeah.
And again, I don't think Russell is gonna do any better in this offense.
I agree, man. I agree. You know, I don't understand why they can't get George Pickens the ball more.
Oh my gosh! I mean, you got to. I mean, that's the offensive coordinator's job, right? That's a coach's job. You got a guy that is a complete beast. You know what I'm saying? So 100%. Why can you make plays to get him open?
I don't understand it, man.
It's like you see nothing but 50-50 balls every time he gets targeted. You know?
Yeah. I don't, like I said, I don't understand how that guy cannot be more involved in it. I mean, they got 8 targets, so I mean, you're trying to get him the ball. But for whatever reason, I mean, we know Justin Fields' strong suit's not throwing the football, but I just think this offense is gross, dude.
It is. It's a bad offense. It hasn't been a great offense for many, many years right now, dude. So
because that schedule they played ain't nothing to write home about.
No. They're 4-2. They have the best defense in the league. Even after Aiden Hutchinson, which, you know, shout out to, prayers up to Aiden Hutchinson. TJ Watt and Aiden Hutchinson were the top 2 defensive players in this league right now. You know what I mean? Before Aiden got hurt. But yeah, it's that defense is that damn good. You know, TJ Watt is not damn good, right? You got the 2 top defensive players there battling at each other, but that's the reason why they are 4-2. You know, and Vegas is 2-4. Right. But yeah, it's a gross offense. So gross, it's not even funny.
Yeah, dude, I agree with you. I still think Steelers. I'd be careful getting excited as a Steelers fan just yet, B. McCormick. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what I'm saying. I need to see a little bit more out of it, and maybe Russell Wilson come back and give it a spark. But like I said, you got to be careful if you're Mike Tomlin. giving that job away because Justin Fields winning football games right now.
Let's see what he says. He has one word in Jets end zone tonight. Vote. Wonder who this team is behind knowing Rodgers refusing to get vaxxed a few years ago. Well, he wasn't playing for New York, so guess what, dude? If it was in New York, they would have forced his ass to get vaxxed.
Yeah.
If it was the quarterback a couple of years ago during COVID, you know what I mean? So
oh yeah, for sure.
That would have been a shit. I don't think he would have signed with New York. Trust me.
I don't think he would have either, man. Because all that stuff with Kyrie was going on too.
Yep. Look at this, man. The Chargers, man. I mean, shit, man. Did Harbaugh had like some type of like AFib or something? Is that what he had? That he had? What happened, bro?
Some kind of arrhythmia going on there before kickoff, and he had to step inside for a minute. He wound up coming back out there and being all right. So hope everything's okay with all that. But you got to think. I mean, Harbaugh's getting up there in years, man. A lot of hype, intense stuff going on before those football games. There gets you a little excited. So I don't know what was going on there. Never heard anymore, but he did come back out and wind up coaching. So I guess he was all right.
Another nice game. J.K. Dobbins is back after injury, 96 yards rushing, got a tutty there. You know what I mean? Justin Herbert started out the game like a house of fire. I think he threw for a touchdown, had over 100 yards in the first quarter. And I mean, he had some people like getting. I mean, he had some injuries right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
McConkey's a tough dude, man, but he got popped up a bunch of times. Nice to see Konami Vidal, the rookie running back, getting a mix in there. You know what I mean? Caught a touchdown. It was a great throw too, by the way, that he just fucking laid in there. Again, this is going to be the year. This is kind of the year we're going to have with the Chargers, like we mentioned. It's going to be all about playing good defense, not making mistakes, running the shit out of the football because hardball football, and then also eventually kind of getting staying close in games. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they're gonna. This is just the base for where they want to do in the future with a stud quarterback as well, and Justin Herbert.
Yeah. No, the Chargers look good right now. I kind of like the way they're playing football, man. They make a lot of teams play their style of football, and Justin Herbert does enough to not get them beat. And he's got it in there. I feel like he can also win some games with his arms if he has to. Have been put in that spot a lot so far this year. And defense playing pretty well there for that team. Harbaugh's got them clicking, got them believing. So I like this Chargers team. That Broncos team that was on a little roll themselves, and they really dominated. That final score doesn't really dictate how much the Chargers dominated this game.
It was garbage points. Bo Nix made some fantasy team, that Superflex team that has two quarterbacks happy because he was probably the second quarterback. So get a couple of garbage touchdowns there. So.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, you got to feel good about the Chargers right now.
Yeah.
A lot of football left. They've already had the bye, so it's going to be a long season the rest of the way.
Yeah.
But if they can stay healthy in some key positions, there, love seeing J.K. Dobbins having a big year. Back off the injury there, that guy's had so much bad luck. So I really love seeing him play well. But Chargers, it's still early yet, but I like what I've seen out of him so far.
It would be nice for him to get a sign, get a not a long-term deal, but at least get something, to get a contract finally. You know what I mean? After playing for like a full season or close to it, right?
Man's been out there laying his body on the line for years, bro. He's had a lot of bad luck, so it's good to see him do well.
I think a lot. Yeah, you're right, man. And talking about doing well, first shout out. I mean, prayers up to Aiden Hutchinson, man. That was a gnarly, gruesome injury. I actually made myself a video here, kind of showing. I was able to pause it and kind of, if you're okay, I'm gonna share this with you.
Yeah, you're good,
caution, people. All right, it's a little bad. It's a short video here, but man, he still got a sack. But man, that was crazy, dude.
I actually have not seen this yet.
You haven't seen this? Everything on the internet. Let me go ahead and let me see. Let me know. Let me just go back. Let me know when you see this in the tab. You see it there? It's displayed.
Oh my goodness!
Ready? Let me play it from the beginning, my guy. Hold on a second. Oh. You see that? So I paused it there. You saw that? Play from the beginning. So he's going back down again. Look at that.
What happened?
Look at that. Dude, that thing is, I don't know, man. That thing is just dangling there, bro. Look at that. So it was when he planted. Look at that. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, that's crazy.
Hey, man.
The man had surgery yesterday and it went successful.
Yeah, they said it was good surgery, expecting to make a full recovery. All of that, but golly, man.
That is wild, huh? That is wild.
Know what happened.
Nobody knows because they didn't show how he got hurt. That's the best video that I got when I was searching on the net, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Holy crap, dude!" It's like whole foot is like dangling, dude. That's insane. This dude was having one monster season, bro.
Yeah, he was leading the
league. It was him and TJ.
He actually made a sack on that play.
Yep. Says your 300-pound lineman need him and pulled his weight back. Yeah, that's on his own leg. That makes a lot of sense.
That's rough, man. Yeah, good vibes his way because that is a nasty injury. They did say surgery was successful. He'll be in Dallas for a couple more days before he heads back to Detroit to rejoin the team and all that stuff, man. But obviously going to be out for a while that heals. But the surgery did go well. They expect a full recovery from that guy. So,
yeah,
good vibes his way.
Yeah, it's season over. I know some saying, "Oh, he might be back for the playoffs." I wouldn't even bring him back for the playoffs, dude.
That's at least
dude,
8 months to a year.
Yeah,
recovery
that's this
there.
guy.
It would surprise me to see Aiden Hutchinson by opening week next year. I'd say he'll probably start the season on the PUP list there and miss the first 4 games. I'd say the probably earliest you see him again will be like week 5 next year. At the
better be safe than sorry, right? Cricket.
I agree, man. He's a very young guy. Got a bright future ahead of him. You got to make sure that thing heals up. And you get back because I think he'll come back and be much the player he was before. Modern medicine's pretty crazy. 25 years ago or anything before that, this is a career-ending injury.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Stuff. So, it's he'll be back, man. He'll be back, but it's going to be a while before you see that guy back on a football field.
Absolutely. And who also saw a little bit on the field there, man? Your Vol, bro. Hendon Hooker, man. Your boy actually said some field time out there, brother. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that's a bunch of an ass whooping they gave the Dallas Cow bitches. Yeah. And I'm always happy when Dallas gets their asses kicked, especially on Jerry's fucking birthday. You know what I'm saying, dude? That's exactly what I love, man. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel better about my Giants losing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, the Cowboys got all kinds of problems, dude. Oh, they did that on Jerry Jones' birthday too.
Yeah, that's right, bro. This is a funny comedy here. He ever plays again, Crick said this morning, fuck that Dallas Duck, probably a Miami U player. You're right. And I'm a U fan, but you're right, man. We got them convicts, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got some tough people out here, bro.
Yeah, I don't think anybody ever wants to see an injury like that happen. So that's a rough deal. But yeah, the Cowboys got problems, man.
Yeah, dude.
They look bad. They're getting. I mean, anything even close to a real team is just dominating them.
Dude, and CeeDee Lamb is not happy. That's the wrong guy you want to not have happy.
Yeah.
Him and Dak are not connected, and you could see it. This is second week in a row, man. There's been Dak has missed them, or they haven't been in the same plane, right? Like they've like he's running a route and Dak is hitting them the other way, or vice versa. So these guys are not communicating, man. They're not looking good, not like the years before. And and I think the frustration is showing from CD Moore. And this is like your best player because, dude, they have no running game. And this is the main reason why they are struggling so much. You have half a running back with Dottle and Zeke, pretty much.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I really don't know where they go from here. I don't know what kind of pieces they can move around and whatnot. But they've got all kinds of problems on both sides of the ball. Got a lot of guys banged up on that defensive front. And that obviously hurts them there, too. And it's not a good vibe in the locker room.
No.
I mean, you got CD just signed his contract, and now he's as pissed off as anybody. He's probably upset with himself that he signed that damn contract, and now you stuck.
Yeah. No, I mean, he wanted the money, so he's getting the money. So
McCarthy, it's got to be. I mean, he's got to be on.
He's got to get fired. He has to get fired.
Yeah. There's too many people that got that job. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know that I would ever want to work for Jerry Jones.
When you have Dan Quinn and the other side in the same division, leading the division,
it looks bad.
It looks bad. It looks really, really bad. And again, and a lot of this is Jerry's fault. Jerry should not be managing any of the day-to-days, bro, all right, for this team.
No.
He needs to relinquish control.
Turned to 82, man.
82.
Like, come on. There's no way you can have the kind of want the get up and go to be able to run the everyday deals that go into running an NFL franchise. There's no way you could. That guys, I mean, this has been long overdue. Him giving up his reins as, kind of the everyday operations. But yeah, no, I think Dallas has got more problems than they want to admit. And like you said, it's a real bad look when you got Dennis, who was your defensive coordinator. You just let that guy go to a division rival that is playing with a rookie quarterback, and they're dominating. I mean, they're in the games. They're in the games. I know Dallas came back and made a game out of that game with Baltimore, but Baltimore was kicking the shit out of them. They were never really in that game when they played the Ravens. And they've been dominated a couple different times. The Saints whipped them. So this ain't the first time that they've looked this bad. And now you got that Redskins, call them the Redskins. You got them
the
looking
Redskins,
good over there, man. And that's a bad look for Dallas.
With like 70% of the payroll less, 70% less of payroll. I mean, you got Dak, the highest paid quarterback per year average, and the highest paid wide receiver. In other words, you got money left for anything else, for nothing else, for shit.
And you didn't score a touchdown yesterday.
No, bro. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
And before we went, best kicker in the league, you might have got blanked.
That's right, man. This guy. I mean, you're right. Aubrey is just he was our best offensive player again. Because
I mean, that's the thing is that they can't even get that guy in field goal range either. You only got 9 points, and that guy only needs you to get to midfield.
Absolutely, man.
Disgusting.
Before we move on to my Giants, let me read this. What McCormick said here is he said he was pissed about Dallas beating the Steelers by 1 point last Sunday night. So remember what happened with Detroit Week 17 last year, Dan Campbell. So yeah, he's
when they kind of stole that game from him, said he didn't report on the offensive lineman. Yeah, that's right.
And one last thing, can we stop? All right, underestimating Montgomery.
Yeah. Bro, dude, I bet him 2+ TDs yesterday.
You did? I had him anytime touchdown because right now you got to do 2 because 1 is like minus like 180 or something shit like that.
And Will made a great point. He was like, he just signed his contract. He's gonna be feeling good. He's like, he's not the type of guy that's gonna sign his contract and lay down. He's like, he's gonna be stoked about it. He's gonna go out there and prove it. And I'll be down. I was like, you're right, man. I bet him over 1.5 TDs, and he came through for me.
He has 17 touchdowns in the season already. And this guy's only getting like 12 carries. It's like I kind of feel bad for Jahmyr Gibbs. You know what I mean? But they'll use Jahmyr Gibbs also in the passing lane and all that kind of stuff, right?
I wouldn't feel too bad for Jahmyr Gibbs because David Montgomery's saving Jahmyr Gibbs a lot of beating.
That's true. That's true. There's nothing fancy about what Montgomery does, but is effective, dude.
A hard-nosed
dude, man. He was like that with the Bears with no offensive line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He stuck his nose in there with that team. He
was scoring touch. Yeah. So shout out
cloud 9 with this offensive line, bro.
Yep, that's true. That is true. So hey, shout out to Montgomery, who's in my fantasy league because I went 0 RB in both of my leagues this year. Well, in one of my leagues this year. That's the one that I'm 5-1. You know what I mean? Because I drafted a bunch of wide receivers, and I got Jaden Daniels in the team as well. So it's like I'm 5-1 there, and it's everybody was laughing at me. I said, listen, dude, I'm the 8th pick. All right, so it's like. I'm either going to draft 2 running backs or 2 wide receivers right off the bat. And Lamb fell to me because everybody was just like, not picking them. So
let's go.
And I got London too, bro. London and Olave. That's why I'm saying I'm pissed off at Olave, man. I'll be fucking scoring so many points. You know what I mean? I got Jaden, Olave, London, and CeeDee Lamb. Montgomery is my running back, and then I got nothing but Chitchell running back. And, in my tight end, of course, I got like Zach Ertz and Kate On, which I streamline here and there. So,
bro,
I won in that league, bro. I'm making moves over there.
I got a league that I'm in with a bunch of Will's buddies. Will's not even in this year, so I'm in this league with a bunch of people I don't even know, bro. And my team I got Jaden Daniels, Saquon, Kamara. I got J.K. Dobbins. I got James Cook. I got Justin Jefferson.
Dude, you're like my cousin has like all the top. He has like 6 running back, and they're like 4 of them, like you, are all running back ones.
I got Brock Bowers, who's the number 1 tight end right now. I'm sitting there, I'm like, let's go, man.
McBride is his tight end. That was his first receiver that he drafted. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I got McBride on the bench down here.
Oh my gosh, man.
That's what I'm saying. I got my bench is right now because Justin Jefferson's on a bye, but my bench besides him is James Cook, C.J. Stroud, Jameson Williams, and Trey McBride.
Dude, how many people is in that league, bro? 8?
It's an 8-man league here, bro.
Okay, I was gonna the one there's a lot of talent.
And my first pick wasn't even a running back. I took Justin Jefferson. I was like, I had like the 6th pick or something. And then they just let me rattle off all the running backs after that. I was like, well, I'm going to these while they're there.
Might as well.
Well, you can't trade in this league either. So I just have to park some of them on the bench, man. Just leave them there.
Gotcha. Hey, there we go, man. There we go. Because that's good. Remember, if they're on your bench, that means somebody else doesn't.
They're not beating me, man.
Exactly. And that's also a really good strategy.
That's right.
Oh, man. And last but not least, talking about beating my Giants, I told you I was going to, give my boy Daniel Jones some props. And, listen, we played a good Bengals team. I know the record doesn't speak for it, but, we held our own, man. We held our own offense, which is clicking. Neighbors not in, it's not in the mix. Things might be a little different, but, that defense is legit. The Bengals do have some issues. And their offensive line's a little suspect. But, Joe Burrow rattled off like, what, a 60-yard freaking run or some shit like that.
49 yards or something off the bat. And I was like, what? That was the first drive. And I had to open this game. Never even got close to it.
Yeah. Yeah,
he
that.
breaks a 49-yard run in the first series. You're like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good about my over right here. If I get a 49-yard touchdown run out of Joe Burrow, let's go.
Yeah, man.
Then everything's
man.
zone for the next like 2.5 quarters.
So this is the game that got me my so I played got me a nice parlay. The so it was a 3. I got the points here with the Bengals. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, if it wasn't for that touchdown, 3.5 by Chase there with like 2 minutes left, I turned the TV off because I was like, fucking, I lost it. And then, I had 2 others. It was a 3-legger that paid me like plus 500, plus 512. So that's the one that got me over for the other 2 that I didn't hit. So
let's go.
Yeah,
love
man,
that.
so,
I love those ones you turn the TV off and then wake up.
Man, I had the Falcons. Took the spread on the Falcons as well, and I took the Steelers also. So those are the 3 that paid me well. I took the spread on all of them. So
hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
It was good. It was a good day, man. It was a good day with that one. That one hit. I was like, oh shit, that went through, baby. So it turned my whole Sunday around.
Love that, bro. Love that. Coming back from the dead.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That's the weird thing about gambling, bro. Just like poker, baby. You need a chip in a chair.
Peaks and valleys, bro. Some days
exactly.
That's all.
Look, again, Danny Dimes threw that pick. Yeah, the offensive line is still suspect there. He played good with his legs. I like Tyrone Tracy, dude. I think they found something with Tyrone Tracy. His former wide receiver. Listen, I know yards per carry weren't great, but when he has that ability of like can run it, but also catch it like a wide receiver, he was playing the slot a couple of times. And I think with Malik Neighbors, I think they found something. I think Singletary, when he gets back, I think they need to give Tracy as many snaps or split this 50-50 because the dude, Tyrone Tracy is a player.
I think so too. I actually picked him up in one of my leagues and plugged him into my flex this week, and he got it done for me.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Even when Singletary comes back, I don't think. I know he had some good games early on, but he didn't do anything that tells me he should take carries away from this guy, especially when you can mix him in the offense like you did, move him into the slot there, and be able to get him some catches in space. 6 catches on 6 targets, 57 yards there. So that's very productive from your running back. He also 17 carries, 50 yards. Not a high yards per carry, but did get you a tutty there. So I think this guy definitely earned the right to get some touches in this offense, even when Singletary comes back. And I think you got to feel good about him as a rookie.
Yeah, it's a good mix. It's a really good mix on the when Neighbors gets back. Dude, Neighbors leading the league in freaking receptions, bro. All right, it's crazy, and he hasn't played. That's still without playing 2 games. You know what I mean? So I hopefully they'll find something. 2-4. I'm still hopeful. Look, Dallas 3-3. Same thing with the Eagles. You got the Commanders at 4-2. There's still some hope.
You're not completely, you're not completely out of it yet, man.
Completely out.
No. Like I said, it's an uphill battle, but I think that division is still very wide open. I think you're still going to see some regression from the Commanders in spots. I don't think they're going to just run away with the division or anything like that. And I'm not impressed with the Eagles, and the Cowboys got all kinds of problems. So I think if you're a Giants fan, they're 2-4. There's worse places you could be.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, man. So that's the slate for this week, my guys. And of course, man, like always, cricket. We might have had we might have left a little bit of the battle last week. We blanked our our picks here, but you know what? We're coming back this week. All right. So with that being said, baby, let's go hit the unscripted bets. Last week again, we're now let me go. We're 5-3 if I'm not mistaken. Let me see where we're at. Let me get back here. Yeah, we're 5-3 because I lost 2, you lost 1. But anyway, man, go ahead, man. I'll let you get started. Who's your pick? Who's your pick of the week?
I'm actually going to take Rutgers this week, playing UCLA, man, -6.5 right now. Rutgers got thumped by Wisconsin at home last week. They were small favorites in that game, -1.5. They wound up getting the doors blown off against them. Wisconsin beat them 42-7 there. So you got UCLA on the other side. Not a very good football team right here. There's a lot of crazy Big Ten travel now with all these West Coast teams being in the Big Ten and all that. And I think UCLA right here, this is a noon kickoff game in New Jersey for UCLA. So a lot of these guys' biological clock still going to be 9 a.m. for these cats right here. Nobody plays football at 9 a.m. They don't do it for a reason, man. It's hard to be woke up, ready to go that early in the day. They'll obviously go up a day or so early and be there. But still, like I said, it's hard to train your body in just a day or two to be ready to play a football game that early right there. Rutgers should have a reason to be a little pissed off after the piss poor performance they put in against Wisconsin on Saturday. I like Rutgers anything under a touchdown right here. I think it's 6.5. You probably go ahead and snag it because it probably does move out, I think, up to 7.5 by the time the game gets here on Saturday. But I like Rutgers in a big bounce back spot. UCLA's got a tough travel. Not a great team overall either. So I think anything under a touchdown right here with Rutgers is a pretty good spot.
Yeah, nice, man, nice. I like that pick as well. I wrote that one down because it's gonna get included in something. I'll tell you that much.
That's right.
Cricket. I am going with Army. Minus 16, baby. Hey, what? They're 6-0 against the spread, right? I think they've undefeated against the spread. Look, this might be the week that might lose, but you know what? I'm gonna go with the numbers, man. I'm gonna go with the trend here. So
I tell you, man, I like this Army team, bro.
Yeah. Dude, Army and Navy, right? They're both
undefeated.
Year, right?
Both undefeated for the first time this late in the season. Both undefeated for the first time since 1945, bro.
That's wild, bro. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice, man. Shout out to the military, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome, dude, man. You got them both ranked in the top 25 for the first time in God knows how long. You got Army in there at 23, and Navy comes in at 25 this week. Both playing really, really well. Army, my guy Blue that comes in there on the morning show and on Crick's Corner with me. He's been riding these Army team total overs. He already said this week he didn't even know what the number is. He don't care. He's betting it again.
They do. I was contemplating between the spread and the over. I think it's you could go both ways. Go ahead and play it both ways, man. Go hit the over and the spread on this one, man, and make yourself cash, baby. On both sides here.
I hope so, man. I hope they keep it rolling. It feel good. I normally don't watch the Army Navy game. Great pageantry and all that stuff. We love that, but it's usually terrible football to watch. Man.
It's horrible football, man. Usually bad weather.
It might be a game worth watching this year, man.
Yep.
It might have a lot on the line. It could wind up having conference championship implications, a group of 5 playoff spot implications. A lot on the line for the Army Navy game this year, and I love to see that, man. That's good stuff. So hopefully we're rolling this week.
Absolutely. And McCormick, thank you, buddy, for joining. Yes, I love Neighbors as well. He is a hell of a player. Look, if we were I was talking to Cricket, as much as Daniel Jones is not our guy or whatever, but you know what? If we didn't draft a quarterback, top 3, Maye, Daniels, give me Neighbors.
You could have done a lot worse than Malik Neighbors.
Listen, he's nice. He's very good, and he knows the place hard. You know what I mean, dude? He's not a slouch. He's a great football player. So for real, man, I do appreciate him. All right, so pretty much Cricket. That's what we got this week. Cricket, go ahead and tell the people what you're up to, man. You're all over the place, baby. Tell them where you're at, bro. Tell them where they can find you. What you're popping in lately, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, I got a lot going on, man. Y'all can find me on X at Cricket1414. Cricket is spelled with 2 T's. You can find me over at sportspicks.locals.com where we got the great Robert Barnes making the official picks. Got a great community. You can interact, post your own picks, videos, things like that. So come over there and check that out. And then you can find me every morning on the Game On channel on Rumble at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time for your sports morning espresso shot with my guy Will. Then me and Steps have a show on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Eastern time, also on the Game On channel called Pump the Brakes. And you can find me Crick's Corner on Monday and Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern time, between 1 and 2 p.m. Eastern time, just depends there. So got a lot going on, man. I'm out there, though. You can find me.
Hey, listen, follow this man on X, all right? He is one of the cappers or whatever you want to call it, one of the most betting in the betting industry. He gives a lot of free shit, man. I mean, every single pick. He gives you he gives you like, what is it, 20, 30 picks for the slate? Saturday slate, freaking. You get a lot, man. You get a lot for nothing.
College football and NFL, you're going to get quite a few picks, man. It just depends. Some weeks are better than others. Last week was a rough one, so we got to try to bounce back, dig out of a hole this weekend. But we have more good ones than bad ones for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Trust me, he wins more than he loses. Okay, ROI is right. You know what I'm saying? That's also check out here every Monday during the NFL season, baby, as we do a recap. All right. We should be back with Cigars and Sports. My man Jim was under the weather, so I went solo for a little bit, but he should be back this week. And I think we're probably going to do it Friday. So we're going to be back pissing a lot of people off. Because that's like I was telling McCormick, I have 2 different types of show. I come over here and I'm nice. We keep it professional. Shit goes out the window with my boy Jim, who's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and does not let anything get by. He is such a completely unfiltered and honest individual, bro, that he brings the best out of me, and we really go hard at individuals. So check out Cigars and Sports this Friday at 8 o'clock with my man Jim. Cricket, that's what we got this week, my man. Appreciate you, my boy. And what is it? We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Yo!